Welcome to the Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast. I am one half your host, Chris OSP. Over here at the Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast, we sell items on platforms like eBay and whatnot in sheds in our backyards. And we know birthdays are getting worse as we get older, but look at the bright side, we don't have many left. Along beside me is Caleb from the Old Pass, the birthday boy. I wish I had one of those, but I don't have one. So,
yep.
Introduce yourself, birthday boy.
I am Caleb from the Old Pass, Mr. 40 years old today. Woohoo. Bailey has decorated the shed for me in preparation of my birthday on the podcast day. So, shout out Bailey. And there's another little banner over here you can't see, but yeah, she's got the big 40 flashing right up in here. And she's got me fixed up good.
Well, if you're listening to the audio side, because all our listeners are not on YouTube.
Right.
But if you're on the audio side, Caleb looks like Baby New Year with his hat, and there's streamers and balloons all over his shed. Shout out Bailey for decorating. Did you walk in and it was decorated like that? Like you didn't know she was doing it?
Yeah, she surprised me. I walked in and I'm like, what in the world have you done? And I was like, oh, you decorated. And she got me some of the big Smarties. For anybody that can't see that, them are great.
Yeah.
A big old pack of Twix, like them.
Wow.
And some of the fudge stripe cookies, shortbread. Good stuff. I'm going to get fatter and fatter as we go along. So
she didn't get you old man candy.
Well,
Werther's Originals.
Yeah.
The cinnamon candies, peppermints.
The Werther's will always be my grandpa's candy. He wore overalls and, the zipper right here on your chest. He would be anywhere he was, grocery store, doctor's office. He'd unzip that and he'd give somebody a piece of candy.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. He probably carried a pack in that pocket, man. It was crazy.
Hey, I ain't going to lie. Maybe I'm getting older. I like me some Werther's now.
They're good.
Werther's.
Can't beat them. They're good.
I've always been a caramel guy over chocolate. I've always been.
So it's caramel.
Don't get me wrong. I love chocolate. But if I've got my choice, I'm going caramel all day over chocolate.
So it's caramel and not caramel?
Is that how you say it? Caramel?
No, I don't. Caramel.
You're talking like a Yankee.
I would say caramel, I guess. Yeah.
I say caramel.
Caramel.
Caramel
just sounds too hard.
Well, it's fancy. We're not fancy.
Tomato.
Yeah, tomato, potato, caramel, caramel.
Not potato if it's potato and tomato. I've never heard of potato.
No. So we've got a lot to talk about. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Appreciate you sharing some of your birthday with me and their listeners, right?
Right.
Yes. I would have decorated, but I didn't know it was coming up. Shannon told me this morning, she's like, make sure you wish Caleb a happy birthday because it's his birthday.
And I was going to remind you of that.
I was going to wait till we recorded, and Caleb messaged me and said, hey, I'll be a little late. I'm out eating lunch with my family for my birthday. And I was like, well, you just ruined it. Now I got to wish you happy birthday. so happy birthday, Caleb. Everybody leave in the comments, happy birthday, Caleb. 40, guys, 40. He's gaining on me. Yesterday, I was 7 years older than Caleb. Today, I'm only 6 years older. So you're gaining on me.
You've got even less to go than I do.
Well, I've got 1 foot in the grave and one on the banana peels. So, but thank you guys for joining us, man. It's been a while. We actually did not record last week.
Yeah.
We both had some stuff going on. We didn't miss an episode because we was an episode ahead, but we are recording this on Monday, and you guys will hear it this Thursday. And we're going to try to stay on the same week moving forward, which we've had this plan for a while to move to the same week, but we knew we had this week, last week coming up, that we had some stuff going on. So now we are a little bit closer to real time. So that will help. And it'll help when reading the comments and that type of stuff, and not talking 2 episodes ago, but just talking about last episode.
That's very true, because I read those comments and I'm like, what did we talk about? And I'm so old, I can't remember what we even talked about.
I have to go back and watch the show sometimes. I really do. So, which I usually watch it because Shannon likes to watch it. So I usually watch it while she's watching it. I'll be doing something, but I'll be like, yeah, man, I forgot we even talked about that. So. But yeah, it's good to be on real time, right?
Yes, I'd prefer it this way.
Yes. So hopefully we can stay on real time. But
yeah.
Anyways, a lot to talk about because we've not really talked in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Since the last time we talked, I think I was planning my first Whatnot auction.
True.
Well, I have had 2 since then.
2 successful ones.
Well, 1 successful and 1 borderline really good.
There you go.
This last one, I'll take that every time. I'll take that every time. We're going to dig into the numbers here in just a minute, but you've got some exciting news to share as well about Whatnot, right?
So you say.
So you say, yes. Well,
it is exciting. I took the plunge, guys. I jumped in. I signed up to sell, and I got approved pretty quick. And my onboarding is Wednesday, 2 days from now. So I'm not going to say my first live will be like in a week or 2. I've still got to do a lot of pulling, man. I've got to do a lot of figuring what I'm going to do.
I wasn't even thinking about talking about this, but I'm kind of glad you said that, because here's what I'm doing. I've got like 1,300 items listed on eBay. I'm going to tell you right now, probably 700 or 800 of them need to be taken off.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go in there right now and take off 700 or 800 items, then I got to find a place to put those said 700 or 800 items.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm doing. I'm just taking off like 50 at a time.
Yeah.
Just might as well leave them on eBay. Maybe they do sell over the next month or so. And if they don't, they're in their bin location in my shop where they've been for months, if not years anyways. So if I go ahead and just take off 600, 700, 800 items, then I'm going to have to find those items all at once, take them, put them in storage, bring them back 50 at a time, put them on auction. So I'm just going to do 50 at a time or 100 at a time or whatever. So
I think
I would recommend that for you as well, because you're not going to run 700 or 800 in your first auction anyways. You're just, I ran 75 items in this last auction and done really well, but it took the first auction I ran 50. It took 1 hour and 20 minutes. The second one I done 75, and it took right at 2 hours.
That's not bad though. That's really not bad.
It's really good. I mean, really good, and I'm happy with that. But the problem with that is, then you got Monday, you got 75 items to ship, so which is a problem. Unless you got eBay orders.
Yeah,
so I don't want to go over. I don't want to go over 75 in an auction.
Nah, man, that's a lot.
That's a good number. That's a good number.
That's a bunch to ship.
Whew. That's a bunch to ship. Today I shipped 75 Whatnot orders, items, and 13 items on eBay.
Man.
So 88
dude.
88 items, not orders, items.
Okay. Yeah. I got you.
Okay. I'm going to break it all down here in just a minute. But yeah, shout out to Caleb also for using my link for Whatnot to sign up on.
No shout out. No shout out.
Okay, let's go into this a little deeper.
Shout out bad friends. How about
bad friends? Okay, listen, guys. Caleb has done a tremendous lot for me. Gave me this awesome monitor that I'm currently using. Gave me speaking of Whatnot, gave me the mic stand for my phone. It's got a phone clip holder on a mic stand. It's absolutely perfect for Whatnot auctions. I mean, perfect. Gave me that. Been just such a great guy and just tremendous supporter. And I said, he mentioned wanting to join Whatnot, thought he might. I said, hey, just let me know. I've got a link for it to where I'll get $40. How many times did I tell you this, Caleb?
Can I use the I'm an old guy and I forget how many times you say that?
I probably mentioned it 5 times directly to Caleb.
Probably at least
I shared
5.
it in my Facebook group. I shared it on my Facebook page. I shared it, I believe, on Instagram. I've talked about it numerous times in videos, and Caleb did not use my link.
I'm telling you, this old guy's tagline is not just a tagline sometimes.
Yeah, so $40. $40. That one stung a little, not gonna lie. Especially on the day that he messaged me, "Hey, I got great news. Great news. I just signed up for Whatnot and got approved." I said, "Oh man, appreciate it." So I'm going on there looking for the email where I got the referral code or whatever, the email. Nothing. I'm like, "Hey, man, did you use my link?" Oh.
That's when a 6'3" man feels about 2 foot tall.
So yeah. So Caleb owes me $40. The way I look at it. The first $40 we make on YouTube this YouTube channel will be mine.
There you
I'm probably going to be dead before we make $40 on this channel.
So
yeah, go ahead.
Take that deal and just be happy with it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then he was wanting to share his Whatnot links in the description of these videos. Should I let him, guys? Should I let him?
Probably not. Probably not.
So not only is he not refusing to use my links, but now he is also wanting to steal some of my people that using my links over to his side. So I don't know. Friends like that, you know.
Yeah.
You know what
this
they
is
say.
This is probably the part where you should fire your co-host.
Well, I would, but I can't find nobody else interested. So. Shannon ain't coming out here.
Oh, man.
But anyways, okay, let's talk about Whatnot. So 2 successful auctions. The first auction, I ran 50 items, and I didn't sell like 5 or 6, but I ended up selling a few because you can do a marketplace buy it now with your items. So I ended up selling like 48 items. $284. I brought specifically a lot of cheap stuff to the first one, cheap, easy shippers, because I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, I want it to be as easy as possible. I only done 50, ended up selling 45, 46, something like that. Okay, this last auction, I'm going to flex a little bit right here. You care if I flex?
Go ahead.
Show my guns.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to flex a little bit. Okay, the second one, I brought 75 items to auction, and I had a lot more in my Buy It Now marketplace. Out of the 75 auctions, 66 of the auctions sold. So 66 out of 75. Well, I did end up selling 9 items out of my Buy It Now. So I did end up selling 75 items.
Wow. That's good.
75 items in 2 hours. It ended up being 19 orders for $419.
That's a good number.
That's a good number. I was happy with that. I did bring some better stuff. I did. I'm not no expert on there, but I know way more about it now than I did the first week for sure. So, and 75 items.
$40 too if your friend would have signed up with your link.
Well, yes. Yeah. And shout out Lucky 7 auction too, man. He gave me on the second auction, he gave me, I think, $5 or $10 tip on the first auction. And then on the second one, he gave me 2 $5 tips.
Wow.
So that $10 ain't even included in the $419.
Nice.
So shout out Nathaniel and Ashley, Lucky 7 auctions. Go check them out. Good people.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
But okay, so that's just part of the story though today. 75 items, 19 orders, $419. On eBay going out today, I had 13 items, 12 orders, $424. So a total, a total for the weekend, which that's not great on eBay, but it's not bad. It's been worse. But you add the two together and it's all of a sudden 31 orders, 88 items for an $843 weekend.
Pretty sweet.
It's probably the most I've sent out all year. on a Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've not sent that many out.
So
for sure.
And I mean, if you look at it as a whole, $843, 88 items. I mean, that is less than $10 an item, but you got to keep in mind, a lot of that stuff on Whatnot's $3, $4, $5. So it's going to bring that average down. My eBay average was actually pretty decent, honestly. Had some decent sales on eBay this weekend. So
what would you say your sale of the week is?
Sale of the week would probably not be from this weekend. Well, yeah, I can talk about one from this weekend that went out today in that, what the numbers we were just talking about. I sold a Bose Lifestyle remote control.
Ooh,
Picked it up, I think the weekend before. It was either the weekend before or 2 weekends ago. Picked it up $5. It sold for $49.99 plus
yeah,
shipping.
those are awesome.
Yeah, $58 order, counting shipping and taxes.
Sweet.
So yeah, that was a good sale for sure. Good return on investment. What was yours?
I sold a Boss flanger amplifier deal. Like you add it to a music rack, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think I gave like $10 for it. It's been a while, but I want to say like $10. It sold for $158.07 total. So yeah, that, and man, that was like the only thing that high. I had a really wild week. I had a couple days it was 200, and then I had a couple days it was 80. It was so weird. Well, and Sunday, man, yesterday I did not have a single sale all day.
Well, Friday I did. Well, let me rephrase that. I did have one Friday. Okay. I had one sale on eBay Friday. The buyer sent me an offer. I accepted the offer. He paid for the item and immediately sent an email, request to cancel. I didn't mean to buy it. How do you send an offer, pay for the item, and you didn't mean to? And I don't know, it was like a $15 item. He sent me an offer of $6, and I was like, I've not had a sale all day. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
I gave him a stupid deal, crazy deal. And I don't even remember what the item was, but then he didn't want it. I was like,
you overcharged you. That's what it was.
Yeah. So Friday I didn't have a sale either.
Oh man. So weird.
I've had, how many days you think you've had this year without a sale?
That makes number 2.
2. I think I ain't counted, but I would, if I had to guess, I would say 7 already.
Man.
Last year, I probably didn't have 5 all year.
I don't think I had 2 all year last year, 2 or 3, something like that.
So,
and I ain't saying that, here and there, but
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I come into the weekend with 2 almost $200 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing. That just don't seem right.
Well, how much did you sell on Friday?
Like 100 and let me look right quick. 100 and it was 184.44.
So you sold $184 Friday. I sold 0.
Yeah.
How much did you sell Sunday?
0.
And I sold 191. So
we just swapped places.
We basically swapped places. So that's just the stuff. Listen, I'm not gonna be negative on eBay about this video. I'm not. I've done that enough the last few weeks on my channel and here. But man, that's the stuff right there that just absolutely drives me nutso about eBay. That is the stuff right there. And listen, some of it's not eBay's fault. I can take some blame.
Yeah.
Like I just said earlier, I've got 600, 700, 800 items on eBay listed right now that probably have no business being listed on eBay right now. So I'm going to fix my part and slowly remove all those items and slowly buy and list better items. And then we're going to see if it's, because I'm taking me out of the equation. I'm going to fix my part. I know how to fix it. I've done it before. Should I have not put myself in this position to have that junk listed on eBay? Probably, yes, sure. but it's what I had to list this past winter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's all you got, it's all you got.
True.
And sourcing, Caleb will tell you, sourcing in our area in the spring and summer, it's good.
Yeah.
I won't argue, it's good. Sourcing in the winter, it's tough.
Mm-hmm. It's hit and miss for sure.
Well, how many thrift stores we got?
Probably 10. I don't know, 8 or 10.
Let's say you go in all 8 or 10 of those. How many items you coming out with? 10?
Maybe 10.
If
you get really lucky, you might hit something every now and then, but you ain't going to come out but with a couple. I'll be honest, I don't even go to about 6 of them.
I don't either. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 that I go to, and I don't go to hardly any of them in this time of year.
No.
But
I've about give up on a couple of them because their prices and
I know quality. One of them's got to be the Goodwill. Our local Goodwill. It's horrible.
Hey, I found out, and I'm not trying to run nobody down, but I did find out that our local Goodwill doesn't test anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. So I was buying electronics from there, bringing it home, checking it, and I went through at least 4 or 5 VCR DVD combos, didn't do nothing. They wouldn't even come on.
Yeah,
and I'm like, they don't even plug these things up, At least see if they'll power on.
And you didn't get them for no $3 or $4 either.
About $20 a piece,
Yeah.
You're paying up some.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I mean, that's the problem with our thrift stores. The stuff's either over. They will have good stuff, but you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, you are. Unless they don't do their homework, then you might get lucky.
Few and far between.
It is not very often.
That's the 10 items you're going to find.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're going to go to 10 thrift stores to find those 10 items. So it's tough in the winter here.
It can be pretty rough, yeah.
So I am trying to store up not just a bunch of stuff for this winter, but a bunch of good stuff.
We're going to have to start calling you, Chris, Old Squirrel Picker.
Squirrel Picker. Shout out Old Squirrel.
Yeah. Give her some competition for her name.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, I didn't do that good enough, which last winter was kind of my first winter here because I don't really consider the first winter because we were still moving in, getting comfortable, getting settled in. Last winter, I just didn't. I thought I had enough stuff. And I did have enough stuff. It just wasn't good stuff. You got to sell a whole lot of $5, $10 items to have a good day on eBay.
Yeah, for sure.
This just saying breaking news. So
the math don't add up, man. What are you doing?
But now I did take some. I did take my own advice this weekend, and here's the thing: since I've been doing Whatnot, when I'm going to sales now, I'm looking at every item different. I'm looking at items. If it's not $20 or more, I'm not looking at it for eBay. I'm like, if it's not $20 or more, I'm not even thinking eBay no more at this point. Now, if it's not $20 or more, can I sell it on Whatnot? Well, if I can sell it on Whatnot, I've got to get it dirt cheap, 50 cents, maybe $1. Because, if you're going to sell something on Whatnot that's worth $20, no bigger following than I have on Whatnot, you might get $5 for it. So for me to sell it for $5, I've got to get it cheap. So if it don't fall in that it's really, really cheap item or it's worth more than $20, I'm just passing it by now. I'm not looking at it. I mean, there are still some exceptions. I mean, like the Stamping Up stuff I bought at the church sale because it was a huge collection. Most of them are going to sell $10, $15 a piece. But it's a huge collection, right? I'll still do those type buys, but just individual items, I'm looking at it from different eyes now. And I took that theory this weekend, and man, I had one of the best picking weekends I've had all year. So,
and by the way, let me insert that I'm going to add my Whatnot link down below so you guys can follow me.
Yes,
this
we're
is
not.
Where Chris said I'm sniping some of his followers here.
Yes. Well, we need some followers here on 2 Old Guys Reselling Podcast on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, Geez, we've been stuck in the 580s for what,
Please
6 months now?
push us over 600. We're like 15 away.
Yes. Well, we mentioned that if we get over, was it 700
700.
by the end of June, we was going to do a live. I don't think we got that to worry about.
No, they've got a little over 2 weeks to push us 115 ahead. I don't see it
happening. We need some major help from some major somebody if that's going to happen. So maybe people don't want to see us live.
Maybe that's true.
So will you wear that hat if we ever go live?
I'd wear this hat twice if we went live, man. I'd wear it.
Will you wear it out picking?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh yeah, but yeah, we've not even started on our. I feel like we've not even started talking about our list yet.
No, we've not hit. We need to hit the Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast, Pickin The Plateau Meetup, August 4th.
Oh my goodness, I totally forgot you were supposed to remember that.
There.
Yes. Do not forget, if you plan on coming to the Highway 127 this year, Highway 127 sale this year, August 4th, we are having a meetup. Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast, Pickin The Plateau. We would love to see you guys there. The description or the info for it's linked in the description below. Yep. Get your tickets, $25, and we'll feed you. So $25 per ticket. And kids 12 and under, don't buy them a ticket. Just message us and let us know they're coming, and we'll feed them for free.
That's
but
right.
You can't just bring your kids and drop them off.
Yeah,
we always need to make sure we tell that.
Yeah, we're not a daddy daycare, right?
Yeah, no. So, well, we could leave Tanya and Shannon with them and us go picking.
There you go. Yeah, see how long we stay married then.
Yes. Speaking of how long have we been married, I've got an anniversary coming up on the 26th, and it will be my 25th wedding anniversary.
You really?
And then the next day, you've got an anniversary coming up. How long have you been married?
Number 19.
19?
Yep.
So you're getting closer to some magic numbers too.
Oh yeah, one more year and we'll hit number 20. Yeah.
Well, you might not.
Might not.
She sees this video and you that hat on, she'd be like, I don't know that guy.
Yeah. Who is this guy?
So yes, no, I don't even know what we're talking about in this video. We're just all over the place. We was talking about Whatnot. I'm happy with how Whatnot's going. Caleb's excited to get his started. Yeah, and I'm excited for you as well. I think it's going to be neat, and we may possibly do some kind of collabs on Whatnot, which I think would be fun.
And I may have to bring you some items to sell to make up for the $40 I stole from you.
Yes. Well, I'm just going to start next time I'm up there. I'm just going to start pulling TVs off the wall.
There you go.
Speaking of TVs, who you got up there tonight?
We got the original DOG, Mr. Bill, Ken at SSK Promo.
I feel like there should be some music playing in the background. The original DOG.
Yeah, there you go.
Ken, Mr. Bill, man, he don't make a ton of videos, but he does go live every now and then he does this show called Ken versus 10, where he lists 10 items during a live. It's pretty good. A lot of people come in there and chat and hang out, and Ken Bill is one of my favorite people on the internet. And he is also part of Reseller Clickbait Podcast, him and Jimmy Old School Flips. So go check out that podcast too, because I've known Jimmy forever. I've known Ken forever. Great people. You won't find anybody better.
Funny guys.
And speaking of podcasts,
hilarious, dude.
Nashville Flippers done a podcast last night and said, and I poked in there for just a minute. I was actually on the phone, so I couldn't come in there and listen for a long time, but he done a live with the ladies at help me. My mind went blank.
The ladies that
Let's Do Lunch podcast. Yes, I'm so sorry. Let's Do Lunch podcast. They were in there with him, and the title of that live was, "Is there too many reselling podcasts out there?"
Uh-oh.
And I went on the comments and wrote, well, everybody knows Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast is the best podcast there is. And then I wrote, just kidding, but we are having a lot of fun. But yeah, Ray actually sent me a link to pop in there, but I was on the phone, so I didn't get to go in there. But yeah, I meant to. I was going to message you too, but I was on the phone. So
yep.
But shout out Ray, shout out Let's Do Lunch Podcast.
All good people.
All good people.
Yep.
But are they too many podcasts, reselling podcasts? I didn't think there was like 5 or 6.
You know, what is there? Trash to Cash, Ken and Jimmy's Reseller Clickbait, us, Let's Do Lunch.
That's it.
Somebody mentioned one like Pure Hustle or something.
Yeah, Pure Hustle Podcast. There's Triple Threat Podcast.
I've never heard of those, and I'm not trying to sound mean. I've just never heard of them.
Well, one of them was Harry Tornado. I don't know if you've heard of him or not.
Who?
Harold Tornado. He might or might not come to the 127 meetup. So
more than likely,
might not meet
the latter, probably.
Speaking of the Pickin on the Plateau, I don't know if anybody knows this or not that is coming and has already bought tickets. And Caleb didn't know this until about an hour ago. But I actually have the guest list for who's coming. We're not going to release the guest list yet. But somebody that means a ton to me bought a ticket. And I don't know if that person knows I know or not. But I'm excited, and we will release the guest list closer to time. Unless anybody that is coming... Well, unless anybody that's coming don't want us to mention that they're coming. Maybe they don't. Yeah. But I thought it might be cool to release the guest list and let you guys know who's coming, because that may make you want to come. Because I'm telling you right now, the people that are coming, if I wasn't hosting, I would want to come.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not many of us. But the ones that are coming, I would want to meet.
I want to come.
Some of them.
I want to come to see the old school picker.
Yes. Caleb's the top of the list.
Yeah. No.
I want my $40. No.
You coming in there cracking knuckles and ready to throw down? Give me my $40, man.
I'm flexing again. All right. Any more whatnot discussions?
Just keep your eyes open, because maybe next week I'll make an announcement possibly about when my first one will be. Maybe.
Well, I have learned too. The first show I did, I scheduled it way out. I scheduled it like July the 4th. And then I started putting my items in. And then, because, once you get it out there, people start seeing it. You can share it, blah, blah, blah. And then you can go in and edit the date once you get, a date set in your head. Like you could go, once you do the onboarding, you could go ahead and schedule a show, 6 months away. Go ahead and get everything loaded up. And then you could start promoting that show. People can bookmark it. And then you can edit the date later.
That's good to know.
Yeah, once you get closer. And that's how I done it. But right now, I think I'm going to stick with Sunday evenings because there's not a lot of competition on Sunday evenings. That's my biggest fear, because I know I can't do a show the same time ADH Dave does one, or Kevin Commonwealth Picker does one, or, Harry Tornado. I can't do a show the same time those guys are doing one. So far, they're not doing one on Sundays. So don't do one on Sundays, guys. That's my day. Sunday.
You done got it marked down.
So... it's fun. I've enjoyed it. Is Tanya planning on helping you?
Maybe. I can say that. Maybe.
Just off camera.
She does. She will be behind the camera.
Yeah.
Well,
the second one I did, me or Shannon didn't even show ourselves on camera the whole show. I figure at this point everybody knows what I look like, so it don't matter to me. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to. That's people that are camera shy, hey, Whatnot's the place for you, because you don't have to. I had a very successful auction and didn't put my ugly mug, which put my ugly mug may hurt my auctions. So,
Well,
maybe that's why the second show was better than the first.
I mean, really, like, yeah, I'm not putting mine out there either.
All right, so we're going to start running through this list. We've talked about the meetup.
Running.
We've talked about whatnot. We've talked about the birthday boy. Do want to talk about, I know you have expanded the death pile.
I have expanded the death pile, and the death pile is about to flow over. It's full. I mean,
Okay.
full.
Well, let's talk about this. When I came up there and recorded for the old school picker video, where I interviewed you, showed your shed off, if I remember correctly, how long ago was that? 3 months, maybe 4 months?
Yeah, 3, probably. About 3.
Roughly. I believe you had 12 tubs of death pile items.
Maybe.
I believe. Now, currently, how many do you have?
24, 5, 6, something like that.
So basically, you've at least doubled it in the last.
And listen, that's with us clean. We probably cleaned it out once,
right?
So we've probably like quadrupled, honestly.
Yeah, that's true too. Because obviously you've been pulling out of it as well. So,
yep.
But you got to squirrel it up for the winter, right?
Yeah, but man, my tree needs to expand. I'm going to have to get a bigger tree for all my, squirreling up.
Well, when I made that video with you, that is one thing we talked briefly about was, if you do expand the death pile and you get so many items, would you consider renting a storage unit? Where are we at on that conversation?
I think personally, I don't know.
In other words, Tanya's not gave him the okay yet.
Yeah, that's probably it. Well, a storage unit, man, I just don't know. That's so hard because I would almost rather buy another shed, put it behind this shed, or cut a hole right back there and make a door to another part back there. Or people can't see this, but over here's a set of double doors right in here, and build an 8x10 room or something. I would almost rather spend the money that way than to put it into a storage unit. But then you have the problem of what are you going to do in the meantime while you're doing that, Well, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's the biggest difference for you and for me, because I didn't have that option.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The POA that I live in, they give you're allowed one shed per lot, and I got the biggest one I could get. So when I outgrew it and my death pile overtook my garage, I had to rent a storage unit. That was my option. I can't get another building. I can't get another shed. I can't build onto it.
Yep.
So I didn't really think about that with you, but you have the option of either getting another one, building onto it, or whatever. So
and I don't have a garage to, my house doesn't have a garage at all. So I don't have that benefit. And the house, we got 4 kids, technically 2 of ours and niece and nephew, but they're our kids. So we'll just, we'll count them. But I mean, we've got them all a space in the house, and there ain't a whole lot of room to store up anything in the house. We did that, 3 years ago when we first started.
Right.
We was working out of the dining room, and man, it took over fast. And I told Tanya, I'm like, if we're going to keep buying this way, we're going to have to do something.
Well, I bought so much stuff this weekend, so much stuff. I've been busy doing this, getting this whatnot auction together, blah, blah, blah. So I've not had a chance to go to my storage unit. And I know if I take it out there in the garage, it just gets lost in the shuffle in my garage, because my garage is still a disaster. It's still a disaster. I can't get time to clean it up. So my dining room is full of stuff. I mean, full of stuff that I bought this weekend. And if I don't do something with it within the next day or two, Shannon is going to kill me. So, I've got this shop, with stuff in it. I've got a garage still with stuff in it. I've got a storage unit that's getting fuller And now I've still got stuff in the dining room. So I've got to get
we
on
want
it.
you to make it to episode 10. Clean it up.
Yes, I've got to get on it. It's so crazy too, because I'm super organized in my shop. I mean, I know people's looking at that right there, that mess right there. But other than that mess right there, my shop's pretty organized. Probably not as much as Caleb's, but pretty organized. But then when you get into my death pile, my storage unit, my garage, it's a disaster. And I think a lot of it comes back to what we was talking about earlier. I've just got too much junk that, I mean, hey, it takes us just as long to list a $10 item on eBay as it does a $100 item. I've got too much of that junk, so I've got to get rid of it. And Whatnot's the answer. Whatnot's the answer, people. I'm telling you guys, Whatnot's the answer to that problem. But it is going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. I ran 75 auctions, sold 75 items. That wasn't a drop in the bucket of what I need to get rid of. So
that was one of the appealing parts to me, is being able to move out a big chunk at a time, kind of free up some space.
Well, that in 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hour auction.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you was just like overflowing like I currently am, you could even have two videos, 2 live auctions 1 week, and just load her up.
I've been watching people do 2 a day.
Oh my gosh.
2 a day.
Wow.
But now they pay somebody to ship their items. It's a husband and wife. They're doing the auctions. They're doing one in the mornings. They're doing one in the evenings, and they've got an employee that does all their shipping.
Wow.
I'm a one-man show. So for the most part, 95% one-man show. I can only do so much. So, but this winter, when we don't have yard sales, when we're not out doing all that, I might do 2 a week.
Yeah, a lot more appealing. Well, I mean, and you just don't have, like you just said, you don't have the same type of schedule, so
right.
You can afford a little bit more time.
And there's not a rule that says I have to do 50 or 75 items either. No. I can come out here, click the camera on, 20 minutes, run 15, 20 items, get them going. You can do that. I could do that every day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So there's
interesting.
There's a lot of possibilities with it. To me, I know I said we was done talking about Whatnot, but here we are. But it just opens up. Listen, I'm a reseller. I hate when people call me an eBayer. I hate that, because I was reselling way before I was eBaying. I was reselling before I was eBaying. 20 years ago, I was reselling before I was an eBayer. I was yard selling or whatever, right? So we're resellers. We're not eBayers. I'm not an eBayer. I sell on eBay. I've had a lot of success on eBay, but I'm not an eBayer.
Right.
I'm not a Whatnotter.
Yep.
I'm a reseller. That's what we do. That's who we are. I don't care if I have to go up here to the local flea market and sell. I'm going to do what I got to do, right?
You're going to sell where you're going to sell.
You're going to sell where you're going to sell. I need to come up with a slogan. I say the sell what you find. I got to come up with some kind of slogan about that. Sell wherever the buyers are is where you better be selling, right?
That's right. You got to roll the punches, man.
Well, with eBay, wherever the site's working.
Yeah, that's for
if
sure.
eBay's working right,
yeah,
sure. But if it's not, I've got to have other options. So, and that other option paid off. It doubled my money this weekend. Instead of $424 on eBay, I had $424 plus $419. I basically doubled my weekend.
That is awesome.
It's awesome. So, all right. Now I'm done talking about that. Death pile's growing. What about the YouTube glitches? What was that, 2 weeks ago? Now, this is scary. This did terrify me.
Something like that. Yeah, I was checking out the video page one day, because I think it was the night before the new video was set to drop, and it was gone. Like,
it's gone.
Episode 6 or 5 or something was gone, and I'm like, hey, did you do something to the video? And he says no. And I just started messing around and I found it in the playlist. So I edited it just a little bit, the title, and it's back. I'm like, what is up with that? And then another one disappears, and it just keeps doing that until finally I go through all the videos and they're back. And I'm like, this is weird. I didn't know.
It ended up like what, 5 or 6 of them disappeared?
All of them except one, I think. Yeah.
So while Caleb's dealing with that, he's messaging me, and I was like, I have no idea. I've been on YouTube for whatever, like 4 years. I was like, I've never seen that. I've never seen one of my videos disappear. So I start panicking because, number one, I didn't want to lose any episodes. We need all the help we can get on all our episodes. I don't want to lose any of that.
Right
well, I immediately go to my OSP channel too, and I'm like, oh my God, please do not tell me any of my videos are missing on there. Yeah. But I never seen anything, so I don't know what happened. Weird. I still think Caleb went in there and accidentally deleted some or something, but no, I've never seen that. I don't know. It did scare me. Luckily, we got them all back, or Caleb got them all back, but I've never seen a video disappear like that.
It was weird for sure.
It was weird.
Very strange.
So, and hopefully, fingers crossed that we'll never have that problem again. But that was pretty terrifying, to be honest, because once you delete a video on YouTube, it's gone. It's gone. You can't recover it. So luckily it was in our playlist to where we could recover it.
Yep. Yeah, that was pretty scary.
When you messaged me that, you was like, where did episode 6 go? I was like, what are you even talking about? So I went on there and it's gone. I'm like, oh my God, that's not even cool. So, I mean, it did. It scared me because, we put a lot of time and work and effort and into it. We don't want to lose these videos for sure. When we're 60 here in 4 years, we can go back and watch all we can go back and watch all these videos.
Forget how to work YouTube by then.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh wow.
Talk to me about opting out of your international shipping.
That's a funny story. So I was just done with it, like I'm done with this hat. I can't do it no more. But anyway, I was like, okay, I'm done with the international shipping because I had another return. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and opt out of this and be done with it. I opted out. This was on a Friday. Saturday, I get a message from a buyer in Canada wanting to buy a $250 sewing machine. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Because obviously I want to sell it, but do I want to, so I'm trying to figure how to turn on just for that one listing. And without going through all the steps to, do it yourself, which was going to be a headache, I'm like, okay, I'll just turn it back on for this. I turn it back on. They bought it. They really did buy it. And everything went good. And then I get a message from somebody wanting a $100 driver golf club. And I'm like, and they're from Peru or something. I'm like, oh my. So yeah, I opted out, but now I'm back in for now.
Well, I opted out a few weeks ago because my sales were bad and people were on YouTube talking about opt out. I didn't really see a change. So I opted back in and hadn't seen a change. Now, listen, other than Friday, my eBay sales have been okay the last week, other than Friday. And I believe you would say the same other than Sunday.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe a little inconsistent, but I'm okay with that.
Well, I think that's just par for the course at this point.
Yeah,
I think that's the new eBay.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I mean, to my knowledge, you can correct me if I'm wrong or somebody in the comments, but moving forward, I don't think we have a choice of opting out of that, do we? I think they're going to put everybody in, whether you want to be in it or not, eventually.
I think that's what they're moving towards, but I don't see, my thing is, how are they going to keep giving away free money and free items? That's not a business model I could sustain. Now, I'm not eBay and I don't have their money.
This is where
I mean, you're talking about a big market, man. That's a big market.
Caleb is kicking the beehive, right? He's trying to get me fired up about eBay. But listen, I'm just saying, I'm trying not to be negative in this about eBay. But to me, that just proves how dumb they are. Does it not?
I don't think that's a very good policy myself.
Well, listen, it can't last long. There's no way.
Well, I have personally had 4 returns, and I've probably sold 15 or 20 items. Now, that's not a very good percentage. And when all of your international buyers figure out, all I have to do is open a return and I get to keep it, I guess, and I get my money back, what's to stop them,
I mean, it's just, once everybody catches on to that, how many honest people are they left in the world?
Well,
not enough to sustain that, I wouldn't think.
No, I don't see it lasting. I think eBay will give it 6 months, a year, and it'll be back to something different.
And I think they're doing it. They're like, if we can get a bunch more international buyers, we're willing to take a loss, but it's going to help us build that market.
Yeah,
and then we'll cut it off. And I'm hoping they're smart enough. That's their thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no way they can sustain that for sure. No way. Because once the word gets out, and it'll get out pretty quick.
Yeah, I think so.
There's just no way. So right now we're both opted into international shipping. Now, sourcing this weekend. We talked a little bit about that, but you had some good pickups. I had some killer pickups. I'm super excited, as I said earlier, this Whatnot deal and how I'm looking at what I'm buying is changing. So let's hear about your picking sourcing weekend.
I bought quite a few toys. Probably would have got you madder than you already are because you lost $40. But I have to bring that back up. But anyway,
let's talk about the toy deal because I forgot about that until you said that. So here he goes again, kicking the beehive because I forgot about this sale. Because you went to this sale Thursday.
I did.
We've went to this sale before about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe.
This is the sale. Same lady. She's probably listening. Shout out to you if you are.
Yeah, she's subscribed now.
Yes. So I hope she is. But a few weeks ago, I went to it. She had 2 or 3 little action figure wrestling ring. It's where I bought the skateboards from. The what are they called? Tech Deck skateboards. I said, hey, do you have any more toys or action figures or, stuff like that? She said, no. She said, well, I do, but I don't want to sell them. My son don't want to sell them. I said, well, okay, I understand. Caleb comes behind me.
No, I went in front of you. I was in front of you.
Oh, you was in front of me. Yeah, she told me she didn't want to sell them, but you had already actually bought them.
Yeah.
So now this lady.
But she does have more because she showed me the inside of her son's room.
Oh, I heard you done a little video.
Oh, my gosh. I tried to buy it. I was like, I told her, I said, if your son ever just has one of those moments where he's like, I'm done. I'm ready to get rid of everything. I said, here's my number.
I'll give her mine.
Don't call the old school picker. Call me.
Listen, okay, I'm willing to make a deal here. Okay, let's do this reasonable. Wait, I think well, let's tell the rest of the story. She had a sale again this weekend. You went Thursday,
but I got there late, so it's probably.
I didn't go at all Thursday though.
Shame
I didn't
on
go
you.
yard selling Thursday. Shame on me. I know. So I went Friday to hers. Bought a couple of things, but what'd you buy Thursday?
I bought some Ninja Turtle stuff. Not a ton, but a decent little amount. I got a elimination chamber wrestling ring thing. One thing that was really cool was a Cowabunga Carl from the Ninja Turtles. It was the van. I was like, oh, that's sweet. I had to get that. I actually went back. She found that, held it out for me. I went back and bought that. just an old Western play set, which was pretty cool. I mean, I filled up my back seat with just toys, like just toys. And then she actually took me in the house. I got to see her son's room, and I'm like, you shouldn't show me this because I want it all. Like Funko Pops.
What does he have?
He has Funko Pop collectibles. He has wrestling stuff. He has sports stuff. He has video games. I mean, he had my teenage dream bedroom is what he had. If I
wanted to kick him out and move in.
I was thinking, just let me grab all this and I'll give you some money,
Yeah.
But the lady also, she had some really good stuff in her house. Like, I asked her, I said, if you I don't know if you're familiar with Jim Shore stuff.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She had a bunch. And I was like, if you ever want to get rid of this, call me. And she actually said she was thinking about it. So I'm waiting on a call. And then she tells me, this will get you. She tells me, I've got a crafting room.
Oh.
And I want to get rid of all that and have a Barbie room. And I said, I buy that stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my friend Old School Picker, he don't buy that stuff anymore because he quit eBay and he went to Whatnot. So
you lied. So you lied.
I didn't tell her that. I'm just playing.
Okay.
I had to kick the beehive a little bit more.
Yes. Oh, the bees are swarming right now. They're okay. So I show up Friday late in the day. I knew I had this yard sale marked to go to. Didn't realize it was this lady until I started going to the yard sale. I was like, are you kidding me? Is she having another one? Because if I knowed it was her, I would have been there Thursday morning.
Yeah.
So I went Friday evening. I think it was like one of the last ones I went to Friday. And I was like, well, I'm already almost up here. Might as well hit it.
Yep.
So I go talk to her, and she said, first thing she says to me when I walk up, she recognizes me. She said, your buddy's already been here. I said, Caleb? She said, yeah. I said, did he buy anything? She said, yeah, he bought a lot of toys. I said, he ain't my buddy. So I'm talking to her, and I said, well, do you have any more toys? She said, well, have you seen the video he recorded? So Caleb's recording videos too, guys. He's preparing for a YouTube channel. I can see it. Why else are you recording?
I don't know.
Exactly. So anyways, I said, no, I haven't. She said, oh, well, I took him in there and showed him my son's bedroom where he's got all his toys. Would you like to go see? I said, nope. I said, are you going to sell them? She said, no. I said, I don't want to see them because it's just going to make me mad. So I didn't go in and look at them. I said, he'll show me the video eventually. So I said, okay, so you don't really have anything that you want to. I did buy a few things. Nothing great. Caleb already got all the good stuff again. I said, well, I tell you what, I'm going to leave you my phone number.
That ain't going to do you any good.
Well, no, listen, it gets a little better. It gets for me. I'm going to kick the beehive now. I said, I'm going to leave you my number. She said, well, Caleb already gave me his. I said, listen, I've been here twice. Caleb's been here twice. Caleb's got some really good stuff twice. I've got some really good stuff, 0. Mm-hmm. I said, so I'd appreciate it if you would call me before you call Caleb. And she said she would.
You just undercut me. That's not fair.
I totally cut you, man. I cut you. I'm getting my $40 one way or the other. But here's what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to make a deal right now on camera with you. We've not discussed this. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to make a deal. Whether she calls you first, whether she calls me first. If she calls me first, I'll call you. We'll go up there together. We'll split 50-50. Now, will you make that deal with me?
I have to think about it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm out, man. If you're listening, ma'am, do you hear that? I'm trying to be a good guy here.
No, I cut you in.
No. Yeah, he changing that tune now. So I don't know who she's going to call first.
Probably neither one of us now.
Yeah, probably neither one of us. She's like,
those
guys are coming to my yard sale. She'd be out there with a shotgun next time.
Yeah.
But no, both of us love toys and action figures. And
well, I need to just say this. I have to credit you because you're the one that taught me.
And look what I get.
Yeah.
And look what I get.
Yep.
Not only are you moving in on the toys and action figures, you're wanting to invade the ladies' craft room.
Oh, I told her I would absolutely love to make her an offer if she is sincerely wanting to sell it off. Because I said, you got Stampin' Up? She said, oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
No, I'd take you with me.
No. Yeah. Listen at you now.
I didn't say I would, share. I just said I'd take you with
me.
me.
Here's the deal. We've got to make this even better. If she calls me first, and of course, if she's okay with it, I'll call you. We'll go up there together, split everything 50-50.
Deal. That's good.
But let me finish. But you buy me lunch. If she calls you first, you call me, we'll split it 50-50. I'll buy you lunch.
That's fair enough.
It's fair enough. All right, you guys heard it. There's the deal. Hopefully here in a few weeks, months, years. I don't care how long it is.
Anytime.
This contract has no deadline.
No.
There's no deadline on this. So we can make that deal. So I thought about that when she said she'll call me first. I said, well, I got to do the straight up and honest thing here. If she does happen to call me first, which I'm making this deal because I really believe she'll call you first.
I know.
I have nothing to lose.
I know.
So, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting. But she might call me first.
She may never call either one of us.
Yeah, I think that's probably a very good possibility.
Yeah, but she did subscribe to the channel, so
she did subscribe.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. Okay, here's the funny thing. The first time I went to the sale 3 or 4 weeks ago, I bought some stuff, paid her. We got to talking. I picked up 3 or 4 other items, and she said, "Did you pay for that stuff?" 20 minutes later, and I said, "Yeah, I think so." She said, "Yeah, I think so. I don't know." She said, "That's fine. Go ahead." So I start walking to the car. And as I'm walking to the car, I'm like, I didn't pay for that second round of stuff I bought. So I walk back and pay her. I'm like, I don't remember paying for it. I didn't. When she first said it, I thought she was originally talking about the first stuff I bought. And I was like, yeah, I paid for it. I forgot that I picked up 3 or 4 other things. So I go back and pay for the stuff. Okay, this weekend, I buy some stuff. I've got some stuff sitting over here. I've got some stuff sitting over here. I say, how much you want for all of it? And we gave a price, and I said, okay, here's the money. Pay her. I grab the stuff over here, take off to the car, drive all the way home.
Oh, no.
15 minutes away. She calls me because I gave her my number. She said, hey, you left your second box.
Oh, man.
So the first time I was honest, the second time she was honest. So it worked out because I took Shannon and Kobe was wanting to go eat lunch. I was like, okay. So I had to leave again anyways. So it wasn't really that big of a deal, but shout out to her for being honest. And the first
man.
Time.
She seems like a top-notch lady. I'll say that.
She is. We're joking around and cutting up, but she is a sweet lady, and I do hope she invites us. And I'll live up to my deal because
why not? Why not?
I have nothing to lose.
Yeah, why wouldn't you live up to that, right?
But if she does call me first, you get a free lunch.
Yeah, that's true, and I'm going to make it a good one too.
Oh, yeah. Big steak or something. All right. Do we have a comments of the week?
Yeah, I got one. You got one?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Angie's Oddities 8692 asked, how do you ship a sewing machine? Because that was my sell of the week last time.
Oh, yes.
So, very good question. Very good question. A lot of people are afraid of the big items. So my reply was, very carefully, a big box with lots of padding. And then I messed up and I said, I may make a video on it sometime.
So
that's where I messed up. And
have
she
you made
says,
the video?
Huh?
Have you made the video?
No. So she says, please make a video, exclamation point 4 times. I need it, exclamation point 4 times. I'm like, oh man, what have I done? So then I say, we'll see, appreciate the encouragement. But I do appreciate her wanting to see that. And, you know, anything you ship, it's just, you know, be aware of how it could be treated. And my personal, and Tanya really is a better packer than I am, way better. But our personal way of doing it has always been, how would I like to get it if it was shipping to me?
Right.
So, you know, do I need extra tape? Do I need extra paper? And as you pointed out in the past, I've got so much of this paper that I can just like cradle the bottom, cradle the sides, cradle the top. I mean, I can just make it like there's pillows around it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I do. And
well, since you've been giving me some of that paper, I've cut down on my bubble wrap that I've been using.
You ready for more?
I about used the row that I had bought. So I'm about to start your rows. Now, your rows will go quicker because they are smaller. So,
well, I got a ton.
You know, give me a month maybe or something. So,
and I can get more anytime too. So,
craft paper, man, on the cheap is good.
Yeah.
It helps. If it starts running dry, your source starts running dry for it, then
we're
obviously
hurting.
You don't have to give me any more. But
well, no, it's all right. I got to make up.
I'm getting my $40 worth.
Yeah, I got to make up $40 somewhere. That's what I'm saying.
That's a lot of rows of that paper too. But yeah, man, start making some videos.
We'll see. No promises yet, but we'll see.
I'll tell you what, the biggest thing on YouTube is consistency.
Yeah.
It's just like eBay. You better be consistent, whether it's 1 a week, 5 a week, how many ever it is this week, it better be that many next week too, because that's the biggest thing in my opinion.
I've got it right now. I'm doing 0 a week.
A week, and you are super consistent.
I'm on fire.
Yes. All right, my comment of the week. Shout out Grams and Pops Vintage. I specifically chose this comment because Grams and Pops Vintage hit a huge milestone on YouTube this past week. They went over 1,000 subs.
Awesome.
So shout out to those guys. Congrats to those guys.
Yes, it's awesome.
That's a big accomplishment. I mean, huge accomplishment. I seen the numbers one time about that. How many YouTube channels actually ever make it to 1,000? I don't remember. It's like 5% or something stupid that. Very low. You know, people put out 3 or 4 videos and realize, oh, this is hard work. And, I'm not getting paid for it. And they quit, you know. And listen, if I had $1 for every time I thought about quitting YouTube, I'd have more money than I've ever made on YouTube because I think about it all the time. But I haven't. So congrats to Corey and his wife, Grams and Pops Vintage. Teresa's his wife's name. But I want to read their comment. He said he ain't got his AARP card yet, but he's old enough to know that leg cramp that Caleb got needs help. Caleb might need some help talking Chris off the whatnot ledge. I've got some spare time on a Tuesday night. Well, as long as it's not too late, because my party days past 10 p.m. are behind me. Listen, we don't go past 10 p.m. either. We're actually recording this at about 4 o'clock right now, so in the evening. So, but yeah, we want to talk about that for just a moment too. I know we're getting late, but we mentioned anybody that would like to be a guest on Old Guys Reselling Podcast. Let us know in the comments. How many comments did we get? People saying they wanted to, like 5?
5 or 6. Yeah, 5 or 6.
So we originally planned on doing it this next episode 10. Might not. I don't know yet. Because both of us have got a lot going on over the next 3 or 4 weeks. Actually, I don't think our lives are going to slow down until after the 127 sale, to be honest with you. But we do have your names wrote down, and we will be getting back with all of you guys and getting you guys on the show. We may bring 2 or 3 people on per episode and just have them on for like 20 minutes. You may be on the whole episode. Not sure yet. We've still not really discussed it a whole lot. Me and Caleb's not talked a whole lot the last 2 weeks because we've both been pretty busy. So,
and Chris has been mad about his $40.
Well, I've been mad. Yes, yeah. I've not talked to Caleb in 2 weeks because I was mad about my $40. Not only $40, but what else did you order the other day? And once again, not use my link after I asked you to.
Oh, yeah. I forgot all about it.
Yep.
American Bubble Boy tape.
I didn't forget about it.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out American Bubble Boy. They just released their tape.
Look how big that is.
Have you used it yet?
I tried it. I haven't actually packed with it. But I'll just tell you right now, this stuff is thick.
Thick. Okay, good.
It's a good, consistent thickness. And it's a good, clear tape. Like, a lot of it will come yellow and aged.
Yeah.
That's good tape. And I did take it out, check the stickiness and stuff, if that's a word, stickiness. And good tape. I mean, so far, of course, I ain't packed nothing with it yet, but it just came today. So I just wanted to show that. But it seems like pretty good tape.
Yeah, it will be a little bit before I order any because I actually ordered a case of tape like a month ago. And so I've used like one. Yeah, I've used it. Yeah, I know. I'm excited. I promise you this. The next tape I order will be American Bubble Boy because I love their bubble wrap.
$40 for that roll right there.
But if you are interested in ordering some American Bubble Boy bubble wrap or their tape, I have a link down below. Caleb, I have a link down below.
Be a good friend and use his link.
Oh, yeah. So I would appreciate it, guys. And all our links will be down below, including Caleb's Whatnot and his YouTube channel. I'm going to start. Is your YouTube channel down there? Well, I mean, you have a YouTube channel. You not put videos on it, but you have a YouTube channel.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I will check, and it will be down there. You guys can start subbing to Caleb.
Because you're going to get all this consistency, right?
Get all those consistent 0 videos. But I believe he's going to make videos eventually. Let's hear. We did talk about sales of the week. We talked about the shout out. We talked about American Boy. We talked about why Caleb hates me and hates my links. The only thing I have left that we've not really discussed is the old dad joke. I can't believe we're an hour and 12 minutes in without a dad joke.
I want to show you something before I do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I want to show everybody something.
It's going to be really, you're talented if you show the people listening on podcasts something.
Well, yeah, yeah. Okay. I want to show our YouTube listeners what happened in our town last night.
Oh, yes. I forgot
this is at our local Walmart. This is not my picture, but it is someone else's picture. Dude, just a crazy big tornado come through our town last night. Now, okay, that's picture number 1. Let me show you picture number 2.
I'm glad you brought this up because I really meant to, and I forgot all about it.
Oh, this is wild. I mean, I got to figure out which one it is.
While you're pulling that up, let me just tell the backstory. I was out here in the shop last night doing a Whatnot auction. There's the second picture you guys can see.
Yep.
Okay.
But where is this at, Chris? Do you know where this is at?
That's from your driveway at the end of your road.
That's the end of my driveway.
Yep.
Right there. This tornado jumped over my house almost. And let me show you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but okay.
No, you're fine. No. We're not very serious on this channel a whole lot, but this is, pretty serious situation and pretty scary, honestly.
Yeah.
It was the way a bird flies at the most a quarter of a mile from Caleb's house.
Yeah.
The way a bird flies, how many miles from my house? 10,
12,
10,
12.
Yeah, 10, like 12, somewhere in there. So not super close, but I had no idea what this was even going on. One of my second cousins that lives in Spencer messaged me last night. Me and Shannon was out here doing a whatnot auction, oblivious to all this. A whatnot auction. It was raining here, but it wasn't storming. It did look ugly, but we wasn't paying attention. We had the air conditioner on, doing the auction, wasn't paying a bit of attention. My cousin messages me and said, "Hey, are you guys okay? I heard a tornado just destroyed a house in Crossville." And I was like, "No, we good." We good. So after the whatnot show, I'm messaging her back and letting her know we're fine. And I get on Facebook and I start seeing all these pictures, all these videos. I realize where it's at, realize it's close to Caleb. I messaged Caleb. Of course, I did have to flex on the whatnot auction a little bit too. But I messaged Caleb and said, "Hey, dude, man, you all right? Is that, I was like, that's pretty close, man." And of course, Caleb was okay and everything. But it did, from what I've heard, I don't have proof of this. I did see one house it destroyed. But I believe the house that it destroyed, there it is on the picture, wasn't they building that house?
It just got built maybe 3 months ago.
Was they currently living in it?
I think so.
Oh, man.
We think that we're pretty sure, because we drive by this area fairly regular. It's like you just said, if you go pretty much straight back of this picture, a quarter mile, you'll be at my house.
Right.
And we drive by it quite often. We actually looked at the land when it was up on auction and didn't really get real serious, but we wanted to buy the land. But yeah, it just got leveled. I mean, it couldn't have been more than a 3-month-old house.
Wow.
But yeah, that's how close it was to my house. And the way the tornado came in, it had to have been over top of my house. Had to.
Yeah. Yeah. It just
didn't touch down.
There.
Down it came, and that was it. So yeah, I wasn't home. We was just, getting out of church. And this is what I see on Facebook. And I'm like, that is right beside my house.
Right. Well, so you was a little nervous coming home then, hoping your house was still standing.
Yeah. And there was nothing out of place. Nothing.
Right.
It's crazy. I think the only thing I've noticed is a few twigs out in the yard. Not even really anything significant.
Right. As I was saying, though, I heard, of course, you hear everything, especially stuff like that. I heard it destroyed a house that was just being built, so nobody lived there. And I heard it destroyed another house, and the people that lived there was actually on vacation in Hawaii.
I hadn't heard that.
So I don't know. Of course, you don't know. Maybe it was the same house. Maybe
could have been.
I don't know. But to my knowledge, nobody got hurt or died or anything like that.
I haven't heard of anybody getting injured.
So the house you just showed leveled. I mean, I don't know, but I'd almost be willing to bet there was nobody there, because if they would have been, they would have been major injuries or death. So
I know it destroyed that house, and across the highway, it tore down a barn on that property and knocked down a tree.
Well, maybe the house you just showed was the house the people was in Hawaii on vacation.
Hopefully.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just telling you what I heard. I have no idea about all that, but yeah, man, we was out here doing a whatnot auction. Didn't even have a clue it was going on. So, I messaged my cousin back and I said, well, we was out here doing a show. I said, we was oblivious. I said, ain't it good that God watches over you when you don't even know he's watching over you? Because I had no idea. So
for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I hope everybody's okay. And man, I hate to see anybody lose their house over something.
Oh, I do
especially
too.
A new house, man.
I know.
That's horrible, because you was excited about moving in, getting it finished, and now it's destroyed. But you can replace it. You can't replace life. So
that's true. So
as long
true.
as nobody's hurt, that's the big thing in my opinion.
That's the main thing. All right, ready for a dad joke?
Yes, dad joke. How did we go to dad joke to the weather? The weather.
Well, I had it pulled up, and I wanted to show everybody. Well, talk about and show. And by the way, if you're watching, please subscribe to our audios too, because we're so close. We're 80% to being monetized on Spotify.
A lot closer there than we are here on YouTube.
Yeah, so anybody here that would be willing, go over there and follow us, listen to them, because that helps.
Yes.
Okay, dad joke. What do you call a fake noodle?
Fake noodle.
You'll like this one.
I don't know.
An impasta.
Yeah, that one was almost funny. So that actually, I don't even know if we qualify that as a dad joke, because that one was to me funny. But maybe think it's funny because I am an old dad at this point.
Yeah, it could be.
I was thinking as you were saying that, though, I guess when we really realize we're old is when you ask the question and I know the answer to the joke.
Yeah.
That's when it's going to be real bad, right? So, yes, an impasta. Yeah. We a bunch of them. We eBay impastas is what we are.
That's right.
So, any final words? I feel like that was a pretty good show. I feel like the shows are getting better, even though our YouTube audience is getting smaller.
I mean,
such a shame, because I feel like it's getting better.
You got comedy, you got drama, you got love, you got hate, weather, you got it all.
Weather report.
If I had one final thing to say, I'd make sure you get your tickets for the 127 meetup. Beware of road work and get a hotel early.
Yep. Yes, for sure. Go. Yeah, a lot of road work going on.
And you're going to hit.
Yep. You're going to hit road construction on both sides of Crossville.
Both sides.
I'm going to tell you right now.
So, almost every main road in Crossville right now is getting worked on. I mean, we're getting a roundabout. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. It's going to be a disaster.
Crossville need their rednecks trying to figure out a roundabout? I mean, really.
Caleb's calling out the rednecks. It might be time to end the show. Thank you guys for watching. This has been episode 9? Did I even say that at the intro? No,
I don't know.
No, episode 9. Thank you guys for joining us. 2 Old Guys out.